Hi, this is Peggy, and welcome back to Say Yes to You. On this channel, I love talking things related to spirituality, meditation, personal development, and the like. It's my goal that with every video, I can offer you some kind of technique or practice that you can use to begin to say yes to yourself. In this video, I wanted to talk about all the different things that may be coming up for you as it relates to being quarantined. Some of us are quarantining by ourselves. Some of us are quarantining with a loved one, a, a paramour. Some of us are quarantining with family members, children. It almost doesn't matter because what you're dealing with, even in the outside world, what you're always dealing with is yourself. Understand that they're going to be a particular set of things that are stimulating in a good way or a bad way, depending on who's in your environment. But really, it all boils down to how you are able to manage your own thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So what I have for you today are 3 things that you can do to help yourself quarantine in peace. You know, there's the hashtag quarantine and chill. This is quarantining in peace. So number one, to being able to have a quarantining experience that's a little more peaceful is to simply, and I say that in tongue-in-cheek, simply, but not be so petty. There are going to be a lot of things that come out because everyone, by and large, is afraid. Even if they don't realize it consciously, things that are happening to them personally, to people that they know, related to finance, related to, our very mortality, it's very much fear-inducing. So people are afraid. So you have to, not you have to, it would be a good idea to give people some slack, knowing that they themselves may not understand or realize why they're behaving the way they're behaving, but just, you as a person who's somehow found it to this video, this is something for you to keep in mind, that people are going to be acting out because of that fear. So what can you do to not be so petty? Well, one of the things that I'm really enjoying today is a breathing technique. Say you go to use the bathroom and you know that it was a new roll of toilet paper there this morning, but when you get there, there are 3 little sheets hanging on for dear life. And maybe you're the one who does the shopping, so you know just how much toilet paper is in your stash, so you might feel a ways about that. Rather than going out and unleashing holy rage on people, what you might do first is this breathing technique where you are going to breathe in for a count of 4 and breathe out for a count of 4. Taking time to have it be as cyclical, as smooth as possible, as opposed to the breathing patterns that people see with an experience with fear and panic. I give a brief demonstration of this over on Instagram, but I kind of rushed through it, so I really wanted to take my time and fully demonstrate it. So here's how it goes. You're going to breathe in for a count of 4. So in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. And you just simply check in with yourself and see how you feel. And, I would be remiss if I didn't say what's happening inside of you when you notice that the toilet paper is running low. Is a threatened response, is a frightened response, because I would say that things are getting better as far as the availability, the deliveries that are continuously coming in, but it's a thing. People are going to be more mindful of the household supplies because maybe you don't want to be going out, several times a week. Maybe it's your routine to go out. The recommendation a few weeks ago was that, people could be going out and doing their grocery shopping once every, 10 days to 2 weeks, to really limit your exposure to other people and perhaps people's exposure to you. So it might be some fear that's running in you that's making you explode. But for your benefit and for the people in your home's benefit, you can try that breathing technique. And again, what it's doing is it's stimulating your vagus nerve, that wanderer nerve, and helping to reset and recalibrate that fight, flight, freeze response. Something else that you can do to help you with your pettiness is The Work by Byron Katie. It's very old school. The Work has been around for literally decades, and it's a tried and true. So when you have the experience of, looking at the 3 sheets of toilet paper, and maybe you know exactly who it is that's just so heavy-handed with, pulling those sheets of toilet paper every time, you may have a judgment about them. Maybe you yourself have not done everything that you could have done to put yourself in a situation that would allow for more wiggle room when it comes to your finances. So maybe you have some thoughts and beliefs about yourself. So this is, applicable to the quarantine, but really it's part of, basic, I would say, life skills, tools that you can have, in your toolbox to help you with management of everyday life, but in this time in particular. So The Work by Byron Katie. You have a judgment about someone else or yourself, and you would ponder these 4 questions. Hold that judgment in your awareness and then ponder these 4 questions. Is it true? Can you absolutely know it's true? How do you react when you believe it's true? And who would you be without that thought? It's a process, but even in pondering those four things, you're still creating space between whatever that stimulus was and your reaction to it. So even that amount of time can be enough to kind of diffuse the energy and decrease the amount of a confrontation that might be happening inside of the home. Number 2, on what you can do to promote quarantining in peace is accept responsibility for yourself and become a better communicator. Oftentimes when things go wrong, it's very common to want to point a finger. But in becoming a better communicator and taking responsibility for yourself, one thing you could do is speak from the perspective of I. When something happens, talk about how I feel about it, what it makes me feel, what it makes me think, rather than accusing. When you tell someone, I feel put upon when I see that the toilet paper is running low because I'm the one who goes out to the Walmart to do the grocery shopping. Or I feel unappreciated when I do these things for the family and there's no acknowledgement. So you're really just talking about what you think and you feel, and I think the genius in that is it's hard for someone to dispute your feelings. It's hard for someone to come back with a rebuttal when you talk about what you think. Short of being with someone who is operating with a different type of psychology, when someone expresses themselves in that manner where they're speaking from the I, there's not too much debate. There's not too much debate. And also, it's going to ideally open up room, make room for conversation for the other person, perhaps to let you know how they're feeling, and a discussion can take place there. So become a better communicator and take responsibility for yourself and your emotions is number 2. Number 3, my number 3 tip on what you can do to make your quarantining experience that much more peaceful is to make time for yourself. And making time for yourself, I mean, what is it that you like to do? What is it that sparks joy in your life that can be done inside of your home, that can be done in your yard, that can be done in your bathroom? Maybe you pick a particular time of day to walk around outside, depending on your living situation. Maybe that's not the best for apartment living. I don't know. But you just think of something that really sparks, some type of pleasure, some kind of enjoyment in your life, and you create the time and the space to accomplish that. If it means announcing, I'm going to be in the bathroom for the next 10 minutes, don't come a knocking, or I'm going to be in my room for the next 20 minutes to an hour doing whatever, please, put a sign on the door, do not disturb. If it means going out into the yard, putting your feet in the grass and just, feeling the sunshine on your skin, whatever the case may be, creating time for yourself to just relax. Carving out time during your day to really pour back into yourself, to really nourish yourself so that you have something to offer other people is my tip number 3. You may notice inside of those 3 tips, I did provide some strategies or some practices that you could use. Let me see if I can remember. So they included the breathing technique, the work by Byron Katie. This falls under the category of a personal development tool or a traditional coaching tool, which is speaking from the I. So those are definitely things that you can try. Try any or all of those things as you continue to endure this quarantine experience, and let me know how it works out for you. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you the next time. Bye-bye.